And we are back in the room once again, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the room we are. So today is the morning after the night before, or it's the afternoon now. It still feels like the morning. Last night in Pencoed Welfare Hall, obviously there was I think it was 14-man elimination over the top rope battle royal, which was excruciating for me. It was brutal. There was a target on my chest and the chest of everybody else involved. And the winner of said match was to go on later on that night to face dangerous Danny Owens, who'd already manipulated himself into the main event spot for the Pro Wrestling Karnage Heavyweight Championship, which, by the way, is looking good right here. I'm sure you'd agree. So yeah, I went in there, I got my arse handed to me on a plate for some time, managed to make a few eliminations, managed to get a few people over that top rope and send them sailing down to the venue floor and packing their way back to the locker room, making their way back there. And after that, I was obviously victorious in the Pro Wrestling Karnage Battle Royal. And I was to go on later in the night then to face dangerous Danny Owens for said championship belt. Looks good, doesn't it? Looks real good. What a beautiful title. What a fantastic looking piece of art this championship belt is. So yeah, here I sit now after going on into the main event. I see he's popped up. I cheated. Yeah, of course I cheated. You know what, Dan? Even if I did cheat, there's an old saying where I come from. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You know what? Dangerous Danny Owens and Blanche, they attacked me. They performed somewhat of a vicious attack on me just after the Battle Royal. I managed to recover from that. I managed to focus from that. And I managed to go on into the main event. And Dangerous Danny Owens, I can see he's in the room now. Dangerous Danny Owens, I proceeded to hand you your ass after you jumped me from behind after Blanche got in my face again. And you know what? What a pleasure it was to climb from the top rope, climb onto the top rope. Second time after Blanche ball dropped me the first time round. It was a pleasure to climb onto that top rope and send both size 13s sailing sweetly into your face. And I would have beat you with a missile drop kick. I would have beat you with back in the room at Blanche. Your little wife there on the outside of the ring, had you not put your foot on the rope to break the count, I would have beat you there and then. But you then tried to hook me up in your finish. I managed to reverse it, managed to get you in the CDD, send you spinning round twice to the right, once to the left, and dropped you onto your rear end. 1, 2, 3. The rest, as they say, is history. And this right here, people of Planet Cayman, is a piece of history right here I'm holding up in my very hands right now. This right here is what it's all about. This right here is what the Cayman has mutated to. This right here is what the wrestling world is currently mutating to. The Pro Wrestling Karnage Heavyweight Champion. That is, by the way, me, for those who are keeping score. And the pleasure is all mine. I just want to say as well, a massive well done to everybody who was involved in that show. I want to say a massive well done to everybody who was a part of that show. I want to say a massive well done to everybody behind the scenes. A massive well done to everybody that put a seat out. Everybody that helped put the ring up. Everybody that shared the post. Everybody that was involved in the booking of the card. Everybody that arranged the backstage area, etc. A big thank you to all the workers for one of the most epic and positive locker rooms that I've had the pleasure of working in, and I've been around since 2003. It was a fantastic show. It was a fantastic event. The crowd were hot. It was great to see some old faces in there as well. And the icing on the cake, the creme de la creme, I just like to say thank you to the management in Pro Wrestling Karnage for believing once again in the Cayman, this 43 years 43 years young. Plus, I've had a few knocks on the head last night, guys. You've got to excuse me. This 43 years young, washed up old dog for giving him a chance to compete once again, for giving him a chance to take note of that fire that's burning once more in his belly, for giving him a chance to compete in the Battle Royal, for giving him a chance to win that Battle Royal and go on then to become the first Pro Wrestling Karnage heavyweight champ. Read it and weep. Dangerous Danny Owens. That was one hell of a match. It was one hell of a match. I think I got your paw prints all over me here as well. I don't know if you can see that. This right here is Dangerous Danny Owens' handprint right there. I can see it. You know, we chucked in a good old-fashioned chop fest, as one does. But I've just got to say, before I wrap up, I'm on cloud 9 today, guys. The suplex from the top rope, I'm starting to feel that right about now. That's really hurting. But there's paracetamol, there's Jack Daniels, and there's all sorts of beers as well to take the pain away. So I'm going to have a good day today, celebrating my victory last night, celebrating my big comeback. And what better way to come back into the wrestling world than in Pro Wrestling Karnage First Mutation? What better way to come back into the wrestling world than to dispose of several other awesome wrestlers, might I add, over the top rope and become victorious in the Pro Wrestling Karnage #1 Contenders Battle Royal. And last but not least, what better way at 43 years freaking young, ladies and gentlemen, what better way to make a comeback than to defeat one of the finest wrestlers the Pro Wrestling Karnage has to offer, and a gentleman, we call him that loosely, that I was instrumental in bringing to the dance in his training. What better way to make that comeback than to defeat Dangerous Danny Owens and become the first ever Pro Wrestling Karnage heavyweight champ. Read it and wait, peeps. Leighton, thank you very much, good sir. Like I forementioned, I am in a bit of agony today. How are you doing, Leighton? Anyway, you good? I hope all is well with yourself. It's nice to see you on here again, sir. A good friend, good follower. Thumbs up to you. Yeah, Leighton, you missed a good show last night, but the next show is taking place on the 30th of October in Pencoed Welfare Hall. Tickets, I believe, are available now. I will be defending the Pro Wrestling Karnage Heavyweight Championship. It'll be my first defense. So I'm going to train hard for this. I'm going to get my booty pumping iron at the gym. I'm going to get my cardio to its peak again. I'm going to get some wrestling training in as well. I'm going to hit the No Mercy gym in Caerphilly. Great facility for those who want to shake off a bit of ring rust and just get things sorted. I'm going to hit down there with some of the lads. And yeah, I'm going to be defending Pro Wrestling Karnage Heavyweight Championship on the 30th of October. So, Leighton, if you can make it, that would be fantastic. All good with you? Good stuff. Not working that day, should be able to come and support. Do come down, my friend. It'll be an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege to see some friendly faces in that crowd. Not that there weren't any last night, but it's always a pleasure to see you, my man. You know that. And we don't see each other enough these days, you know. But hopefully, now I'm back in the room, so to speak, we'll see a bit more of one another. That's great. But yeah, just in closing, guys, I am going to wrap it up. I'm not going to rabbit on, as I feel I've done that for 8 minutes and 43 seconds already. I'd just like to thank everybody, every single person that bought a ticket, every single person in that crowd, every single person that was instrumental behind the scenes, every single person that was involved in the booking, every single person involved last night and moving forward in Pro Wrestling Karnage. Thank you so much for an awesome show. Thank you so much for an awesome comeback. And thank you so much for believing in the crocodilian psycho, Caiman. Woohoo! Pro Wrestling Karnage, baby. It's what it's all about.